How did you develop such a vocabulary that regales anybody that you meet?
It all happened right here in Mumbai. I was a small kid here. I was born in London, but my parents moved here when I was 2.5 years old, and I promptly developed very bad asthma. And in those days, I'm afraid there were no inhalers, no bronchodilators, no nebulizers. You basically took a very strong medicine that made your heart go thud, thud, thud like a bass drum. And you couldn't sleep. You could barely struggle to breathe. So I was up a lot of the time, a little big-eyed kid sitting up in bed, unable to lie down because I couldn't breathe if I lay down, unable to go out and play with my friends. And in the Bombay in which I was growing up, there was no television. There was certainly no Nintendo or PlayStation. Laptop computers and mobile phones were not even a gleam in their inventors' eyes. So all I had were books. And if you couldn't sleep, what do? You didn't have these other distractions, you read. And so I read widely and I read indiscriminately. I was also the oldest child in the family, and therefore I didn't have elder brothers or sisters to borrow their books. And therefore I started reading my parents' books well before I was old enough to understand them. But I read, and my father had books all over the house. I read everything I could lay my hands on. And in the process, I actually acquired a heck of a lot of words, ideas, and a taste for reading.